In the wake of the Ferguson uprising last year, news reports began emerging of a little-known military program called 1033 that shares surplus military hardware to local police departments around the country. While the program sounds shocking, what is even worse is that police at public schools are also receiving weapons of war, such as M16s. Now, students at one school district are fighting back against the militarization and over-policing of their schools. This summer, dozens of students in Southern California confronted the Los Angeles Unified School District and demanded a list of military weapons in the district's possession. It was the latest in a series of events, hearings, and petitions. In May, President Obama signed an executive order limiting military transfers to local city and school police departments, but it's not yet clear if schools continue to retain past weapons obtained earlier under the program. In his latest article in the Huffington Post, my guest Eric Mann writes, quote, "We're calling on the Los Angeles Unified School Board and the LA Police and Sheriff's Departments to relinquish all their weapons from the 1033 program and burn them, don't return them, so they can't be used on others inside or outside the U.S. Eric Mann is the director of the Labor Community Strategy Center and its Fight for the Soul of the Cities campaign. He's the author of Playbook for Progressives, 16 Qualities of the Successful Organizer, and Katrina's Legacy, White Racism and Black Reconstruction in New Orleans and the Gulf Coast. He's also the host of KPFK Pacifica's Voices from the Front Lines, longtime civil rights activist with a history in organizations such as the Congress of Racial Equality, Students for Democratic Society, and the United Auto Workers. Welcome to Uprising, Eric.
Thank you, Sonali.
Thanks so much for joining us. Well, first let's talk about the program itself. Even though it was adjusted by President Obama in May, certainly since May, there may have been some limits placed on it, but before May, how was this program acting? How was it filtering excess weapons that, we wonder why we were producing in the first place, not only to local police departments around the country, but shockingly to schools and to school districts for police to use?
Well, we'll get back to the fact that the president's order is very weak and unenforceable, but I think the core is that the United States is at war with the black community, and as the Defense Department told me when they just wrote to me, said they wanted to make a distinction that the weapons they gave, the mine-resistant, ambush-protected, is a defensive weapon, and that's what they gave. They didn't give a tank. That's the level of distinction they want to make. The fundamental question is, why would the Los Angeles Unified School District or any school district want surplus weapons unless it's because the schools are no good, because the police are harassing people, because people don't have jobs, and they're anticipating another round of black rebellion. And this is truly a program to suppress all the young kids who are doing this great work now in the high schools about school-to-prison pipeline, about racist education. And it is, as he said, the guy from the Defense Department, well, these were originally used in Afghanistan and Iraq, and it is part of a counterinsurgency program.